we do not manage well. But there is hope. There are multiple strategies that can be used to cope with stress and cultivate a greater sense of balance in our lives. The first one is self care. Now, you really can't pour out of an empty cup. So, sparing time for yourself every day to refuel yourself mentally, emotionally, physically is non negotiable. Yes? And this means carving out a little time every day for yourself for rest, relaxation, and rejuvenation. And what are the things and activities that you can do during this time? You could breathe deeply, which helps to center you, meditate in silence, or use guided meditations to help you get in a state of calm. Do a yoga flow or any activity that brings a sense of joy and helps you shake that tension off. Or you could pursue a hobby, which means creating a piece of art or learning to play an instrument. Or simply just spend time in nature because nothing heals as beautifully as nature does. And self care also means setting boundaries and learning to say no to the excessive demands on our time and energy. Self care also means seeking help from friends, family, and professional counselors when the burden gets too much to bear alone. So don't be afraid to ask for help from people around you. Chances are that they'll be more than happy to lend their shoulder to lean on. The next is embracing mindfulness. Life happens in the present moment, but we are always pulled by a past or future, and we really don't soak up in the present moment where the true magic lies. You know, the funny thing is, we are the only species that can create stress for ourselves by being here and thinking of a situation that may or may never happen. And that's where the practice of mindfulness comes to our rescue. Mindfulness is this superpower that actually helps you to just immerse in the present moment and find that peace within yourself. So, how do you cultivate this practice of mindfulness? There are a lot of ways in which you can start becoming mindful. The first thing is your breath. All you have to do is just observe your breath. Observe the inhalation and exhalation without trying to change it. The next is observe your thoughts and emotions without judging them and allow them to pass like clouds in the sky. Do not get attached to your thoughts or emotions. And you can also use your senses to cultivate the practice of mindfulness. So basically, use your sense of sight to look at things around you. Maybe you can identify 5 colors around you. Use your sense of smell to smell different fragrances around you. Your sense of touch to touch the things around you, maybe the seat you are sitting on. Or your sense of hearing to hear the sounds around you, the birds chirping, the car sounds, or somebody talking around you. The best thing you can do is listen to music, but while listening to music, listen to every beat and note of the music and not just think about something else while listening to music. That is mindfulness. While these practices may seem really simple, they have a powerful impact on the way we show up in the world. The next is ultradian rhythm plays. Now, ultradian rhythm is basically a natural biological cycle that occurs every 90 to 120 minutes in our body and it influences our energy and productivity levels. What happens is when we are working or studying, say for 1.5 to 2 hours continuously, our body, our brain gets tired and it produces stress hormones and our productivity levels go down. So by taking ultradian rhythm breaks, what you can do is bring back your focus, your creativity, boost your productivity, and your overall well being. Now, this is very simple. All you need to do is schedule a 10 to 15-minute break every 2 hours of your working or studying session and do these simple activities like maybe just take a nap, stretch your body, breathe, meditate, talk to a friend, or walk in nature, or practice some mindfulness practices which I just mentioned. You can do anything that gives you joy and a sense of relaxation. Now, you may think that, oh my God, this is such a waste of my precious 10 to 15 minutes every 2 hours. But let me tell you, it's not a waste of time. It's an investment in yourself. These short breaks, the ultralian rhythm breaks, actually help to prevent burnout, and they give you this sustainable energy which helps you perform better in your work or studies. Attitude of gratitude. If there's one powerful antidote to stress, it has to be the practice of gratitude. I'm sure we all agree that we have a lot to be grateful for in our life. And we have a lot that we are blessed with. But yet we focus on the lack and the shortcomings of our life and every aspect of our life. Why do we only focus on the lack? So why not we simply start appreciating and acknowledging the blessings in our life, no matter how small or big they are? Aren't we grateful for our parents, our friends, our education, the food we eat on our plate, the house we have to live, and so many other small or big things in our life which make our life better and more meaningful? So let's start appreciating them, because this simple act of switching your focus from lack to abundance can foster a great sense of contentment and peace within you. And there are some more practices which you can do to cultivate the attitude of gratitude. Simply wake up in the morning with a gratitude journal. This is a very simple practice, but again has a profound effect. When you wake up, write down a few things you are grateful for in your life. Or before you sleep at night, listen to some positive gratitude meditation, because that's the time your subconscious mind is super active and helps you to shift the way you think. You could also simply pause and reflect during the day about all the things that are going right in your life, all the things that you can be grateful for in the day. Maybe you just had a great day with your friends, maybe you just had a great exam. It could be anything. But take that little pause to reflect on the blessings that you're getting during the day. Now, the practice of gratitude looks very simple, but has a lot of power to shift you from a state of worry to a state of calm, helping you to find that balance that you're really seeking for. So remember, balance is not something that we find outside. It's something that we create within ourselves. And when you're finding balance, you also learn resilience. Resilience is not dodging or running away from your problems. It only means facing your challenges and learning from them and trusting in your abilities to overcome any obstacle that comes in your life. And resilience takes you really far. So, if we all want to find that balance within us and create balance within us, all we have to do is live in awareness and practice these small actions every day, which are required to foster that sense of balance and peace and resilience within us. Thank you.